What's up, buddy?
Ready?
Happy day after Christmas.
Woo! Or as we like to call it, who wore it best?
It's definitely you.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Since you were in your pajamas, we thought we would be in our pajamas too.
You're welcome for that nightmare.
What we want to do this morning, right off the bat, is test each other's Christmas trivia abilities. So I'm going to ask Dan some questions. He's going to ask me some questions. We're going to give you guys some answers. Ready? All right. Dan, what was Frosty the Snowman's nose made out of?
I always want to say carrots.
And you're always wrong.
And I would be wrong because it's actually a button nose, which is so cute.
He's so cute.
What is it that they put in the stocking of a naughty kid? You should know this one.
What do you mean naughty kid?
Naughty, nice, naughty.
It's coal.
Yeah.
My mom said it was all little boys get coal for Christmas. That's weird. Huh. Which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch?
That's definitely eggnog, and I think milk punch is a much more descriptive term for it because that's how I feel after I have a glass of eggnog.
Feels like a gut punch.
Absolutely.
Oh, your blanket fell, Dan. Let's fix that. There we go. Yeah, we got to keep our set looking nice. Good work.
In A Christmas Story, what gift does Ralphie get from his aunt?
Oh, that is the bunny rabbit
So cute.
pajamas. We were actually going to wear those today, but I thought you guys might be too distracted by Pastor Dan's little cottontail. Yeah, so cute. Which Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving?
This is going to blow you away.
Blow me away.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Thanksgiving song.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
What gift do the kids leave out for Santa in Sweden?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. That is actually coffee, because how else will the big man stay up all night delivering all those gifts?
Thank God for Sweden.
Thank God for Sweden. Are you ready for another one?
I'm edging my seat, literally.
Okay. How many gifts in total were given in the 12 Days of Christmas song?
It's a good question.
Add them up.
Yeah, the one
Come on, Rain Man.
carried by the 4 with the turtle doves. 364.
You'd be right. Absolutely.
Which is way too many birds to give to anyone and call them your true love. I feel like divorce
That's a
is
hate
happening
gift.
soon. That's a hate gift,
That's a hate gift, yeah.
On what day were the Magi visiting Jesus?
Well, most historians honestly believe that it was about 2 years after Jesus' birth.
That's shocking.
Yeah. Yep. But we'll come back to that more a little bit later. In Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 2, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews?"
Where you at?
Where you at? "We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him."
How many of you like to be alone sometimes? Definitely. Like Santa, you could go live in the North Pole and just visit like once a year. Now, how many of you are sitting next to someone who never likes to be alone? In fact, they would like to be even closer. But there are times when even the people who like being around big crowds want to be alone. In fact, the moment right after you've had a baby is probably one of those moments.
Absolutely. Have you ever thought about how crowded the manger scene is?
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm sure Mary would have loved some alone time with her baby, counting his little baby toes and baby fingers.
Little piggy went to market.
Yeah, this little piggy saved mankind. Most women don't want an entourage in the delivery room. But here we have angels, we have animals, we have all these dudes. Where are the ladies at?
Where are the ladies at?
Where are the ladies at? And I'm willing to bet none of these guys wash their hands.
Gross.
That's nasty. My wife would not have looked as calm as Mary.
I've met Danielle.
You know
There's
my
no
wife.
way.
No way. She'd be like, "Did you wash your hands? Hand and sanitize." Well, look at Mary. This would not have been a silent night, holy night, that's for sure. She would have said, "Cover up baby Jesus' ears, because I'm about to teach these so-called wise men some social distancing skills." Yeah, you guys might be good at studying outer space, but how about some personal space? Snap. Fortunately for Mary, this picture is wrong. The Magi would not have been there for the birth.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Few less people in the room.
No, that's nothing wrong with that.
Matthew chapter 2, verse 1 through 2. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who's been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." Let's think about that phrase for a second. Magi from the east came to Jerusalem. Ask people on Facebook, what are some of your favorite Christmas traditions? Nobody said traveling. Nobody.
Smart people.
I hate traveling. I think I would rather eat last year's gingerbread house than have to travel at Christmas time. And that's nasty.
Yeah, you'd have to cut it with a chainsaw.
Yeah. There's long lines, screaming kids, the worst weather of the year, screaming kids, TSA unwrapping your nicely decorated gifts, checking for bombs,
TSA unwrapping your screaming kids.
Unwrapping your screaming kids. Strangers singing Christmas songs, and they always get it wrong.
Yeah.
Feliz Navidad becomes
Feliz
Feliz
on
on
my
my dog.
Oof.
Yeah. Close to 100 million traveled last year alone. People took planes, trains, automobiles, and at least one horse open sleigh. Yeah. The first Christmas involved a lot of travel as well. Shepherds travel from outside the city. Mary and Joseph travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem, which is about 60 miles. Angels travel from heaven to earth, a little harder to calculate.
Yep.
Physically, the wise men travel the greatest distance, though.
How far did they travel?
They're coming all the way from Persia all the way to Bethlehem, which is going to be a few months' worth of traveling. It's actually calculated to be about 1,200 miles. It's 1,200 miles from here to Texas, where a lot of my family live. I send gifts every year, and as much as I love them, I'm not walking the gifts down there. And yet,
ridiculous.
the Magi are willing to walk that far for someone they don't even know.
Man, that's crazy. We've heard this story so many times. Seen the three wise men on postcards, ornaments, and pictures. We forgot about how weird the story really is.
So weird.
Super weird. Think about it. If you ran into these guys wandering down the road, carrying some baby gifts, and you ask them, "Where are you going?" And they said, "A baby shower." You'd be like, "All right, that's kind of sweet. A little weird for a bunch of dudes, but that's okay. Whose house you going to?" "We don't have an address."
What?
"What?" "What family?" "We don't know their name.
What?
We're just following this star." Say, "What? How long have you been doing that?" "Oh, a few months." "You guys are known as the wise men? That's ridiculous."
Makes no sense.
No sense.
This is weird. But we don't really think about it. We just nonchalantly sing, "We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar,
Yeah.
field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star."
There's that star.
Someone was working really hard to rhyme some obscure words.
It makes sense.
Historically, people have talked about the three wise men or three kings so much, we've even got names for them.
Do tell.
Gaspar,
Gaspar,
Melchior,
Malquar,
and Balthazar.
Balthasar.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
But we don't actually know how many there were. The Bible doesn't say. The names were just kind of legend. A comedian once joked, "A virgin birth I can believe in, but three wise men? Come on. Where are you going to find that?" 3 is based on the number of gifts, though. We figure there's 3 gifts, there must be 3 wise men. But anyone who's ever gone in on a gift with someone else knows that 3 doesn't equal 3. My family, we've all gone in on just a gift at one time.
That's true.
It's cheaper. At a time when people traveled in caravans, it's unlikely that there was only 3. With the amount of money that the gold, the frankincense, and the myrrh is worth, they were probably rolling pretty deep.
Oh, absolutely. Matthew chapter 2, verse 1. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem. Magi is the root of our word magician.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! But it's not like Penn and Teller or David Blaine, all right? They didn't travel 1,200 miles to perform cheesy magic tricks at Jesus' birthday party. "Look, I pulled a rabbit out of my hat." Well, big deal. My heavenly Father pulled a rabbit out of nothing. Go God, yeah. They were astrologers and astronomers. Astronomers, they teach cool things like the earth spins at 1,000 miles per hour. Hang on. You thought the Tesla was fast. Saturn spins at 22,000 miles per hour.
Interesting.
So if we were on Saturn, our workday would only be like 20 minutes long.
I say we get to Saturn as quickly as possible.
Let's head to Saturn.
Bezos, hook me up.
Let's go. Astrologers, they looked at stars to understand God's plan. They weren't just interested in science, they were interested in spirituality. Stars were a sign.
Good word, good
Thank
word. Matthew chapter 2, verse 9.
Sing it.
They went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. This is the time of year where stars are everywhere. We put them on top of our trees. We sing Star of Wonder, Star of Light, Star of Royal Beauty Bright, Westward Leading, Still Proceeding. Once again, this is weird.
Weird.
Stars don't typically guide people like Rudolph's red nose. Even more weird, in order to reach Bethlehem, they had to travel south. So why in the world are they following a star that's going to the east? Logic here.
Yeah. Makes sense, right?
Astronomer Michael Morner points out that in the east is a Greek translation of the phrase ente Anatole, which is a technical term used in astrology 2,000 years ago, and it described a planet that would rise above the eastern horizon just before the sun would appear. Interesting.
2,000 years ago, you say?
Yes, they were smart back then. The word planet comes from the Greek word for wandering star. Unlike the stars, which are fixed, the planets rotate, so it has this appearance of moving. The appearance of a planet like Jupiter was thought to be by astrologers to be symbolic of a great king or great leader being born. Well, guess what?
What?
On April 17th of 6 BC, Jupiter appeared on the horizon and lasted until December 19th.
Come on.
And at that point, astrologers say that it began to appear to move east compared with the fixed stars.
Huh.
This is the same year when historians believe Jesus was born. Coincidence?
I think not.
Providence.
Providence.
This is
I
most
think so.
likely what got the Magi's attention and inspired them to start the 1,200-mile journey is seeing Jupiter appearing on the horizon and then beginning to move as if it was going to the east. When I was at festival and I saw that sign that said $1 Million Isle, I was drawn to it and I went down, up and down, but I did not find $1 million. Did you find $1 million?
No.
This is like dog food and cat food. It was very disappointing.
It's ridiculous.
When my son Caleb was born, within minutes our country went to war, and I took it as a sign.
That's a sign.
It's a bad sign.
Yeah, parenting's going to be fun.
Parenting is going to be hard. That was the sign. Yeah. Parenting is a lot like folding fitted sheets. No one knows how to do it.
Nobody knows how to do it.
It's impossible.
Yeah, the inventor of that was a jerk. Made sense at the time. Matthew chapter 2, verse 11. On coming to the house, they saw the child was with his mother, Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Someone once said that 3 wise men would have asked, let me say that again. Someone once said 3 wise women would have asked for directions. They would have arrived on time.
Yeah.
They would have helped deliver the baby, brought practical gifts, cleaned the stable, made a casserole, and then there would be peace on earth.
Makes sense.
But the Magi's gifts were strategic. The gold was for royalty, frankincense for divinity, and myrrh for humanity.
That was said like a true pastor.
I practice all the time, in front of the mirror especially.
It's a good place to practice.
Do you know Jesus? Okay. Myrrh was used to anoint a dead body, and this gift foreshadowed Jesus' future death on the cross for the sins of mankind. These gifts were the 3 best resources in all of Persia. The wise men brought their best in to worship. This is one of the reasons why we know the wise men would not have been there, or this is one of the reasons why we know let me say it again. This is one of the reasons why we know the wise men would not have been there for the birth.
Preach. You said it so well.
I said it.
It was so nice. You said it 3 times.
I had to say it 3 times.
My youngest had a Christmas program a couple weeks ago. Now, most people don't get excited about listening to a bunch of 8-year-olds singing.
I sure do.
You're one of the few. And they don't sell tickets to the public. Reporters don't come out and put it on the 5 o'clock news. There's crying babies, kids singing off key. They sing weird songs like "Don't eat a poinsettia. If you do, you better get ready for a belly ache." What does that even mean? Why are your kids eating poinsettias?
It's
I
like
don't get
that gut
it.
punch we were talking about
It's
earlier.
like yes, it's like eggnog. Not even Colton likes grade school musicals. Look at this picture.
Poor Colton.
Classic pastor's kid.
Good looking guy.
Yet parents have their cell phones out and they're eating up the whole thing. It's just different.
That's my kid right there. Look at him. He's so beautiful, like his mother.
Gorgeous. The reaction is different when it's your own kid,
Yeah.
but Magi,
Yeah.
it's not their kid.
No. Babies are born all the time. 360,000 of them born each day.
Same mom?
Not the same mom.
Good.
Different moms, thank God. We don't rush to the hospital to greet each one. We get excited about our family's babies, not other people's.
No.
Jesus' birth was different. It inspired the rich magi and the poor shepherds to come worship him.
Good word.
Inspired angels to sing,
Oh.
peace on earth and goodwill towards men. They recognized the sacred space. While most just saw another peasant baby, there are people in Bethlehem that missed out on the world's greatest moment.
Could you imagine how bad they must have felt?
Lame. Next door neighbors who had no idea what was taking place, but these guys make it into the manger because of wisdom. They knew the scriptures. They recognized what God was up to. They followed the star. If you seek Jesus, you will find him. It might take a while. You might have to leave to receive. It might be some unexpected place, but show up in an unexpected way, like a baby in a manger, so easy to overlook.
Good word.
Good word.
How does God want to show up this year in your life? This Christmas season, December 26th, December 25th, whatever day, like the wise men, will you seek him? And when you find him, will you fall down on your knees in worship, presenting your best?
Absolutely.
Matthew chapter 2, verse 11. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshiped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. In the movie Elf, the first rule of the Code of Elves is treat every day like Christmas. I keep thinking of that Saturday Night Live where Jimmy Fallon's singing, I wish it were Christmas today. Well, guess what, Jimmy? It is Christmas
It can
today.
be Christmas every day.
Every day can be Christmas. What if, as Christians, we lived every day like it was Christmas? Seeing Christmas through the eyes of the wise men, we learn that we can treat every day like Christmas. This is a picture of my family celebrating Christmas this last July. Well, Santa doesn't look like he's built for summer.
Nope.
We've been built for Christmas.
Amen.
Every day, Christmas. So on whatever day you're watching this message, Pastor Jason and I would like to say, Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.